Sometimes you just get lucky, my friends. Today is one of those days. Down here in Vista, and mis amigos are trimming my neighbor's trees. And I went and talked to him. I'm like, hey, you could dump some chips on my side because I'm in love with chips. And they're like, yeah, we're in love with gringos who like chips. And so he's like, well, look in here, make sure you like it. And I looked down, I'm like, yeah, that looks good. And I look down here, I'm like, this is kind of junky. And all of a sudden I'm looking at it, I'm like, wait a minute, are you kidding me? You know what that is? By the way, the weather down here is killer. Sorry, there's no shirt. But yeah, you know what that is? That, my friends, is a macadamia nut. I guess they trimmed that tree right there. I don't know, because that's a macadamia tree right there. Beautiful tree. And this is the stuff they didn't chip or whatever. They just threw it in. And I'm like, this mulch looks like the best mulch I've ever gotten in my life. So I decided to come up here. The hungry gringo came up here, and these are really big macadamias too. And I tried one, and they're so good. They're really good. So here I am, a hungry gringo. I'm gonna get all these nuts. I can give these to friends. I can eat them. I can store them. They'll store forever. Dry them out in the sun. And this is easier than picking them off a tree. So the gringo, hopefully they don't turn the chipper on when I'm in here. The gringo is going inside the chipper truck. He's gonna get his food. Yep. Look at that. Be a good place to sleep, actually. It's kind of nice in here. Nice and shady. Anyway, getting my macadamia nut. I'll open one up for you and show it to him. Oh, these things are delicious. I'm so stoked. But yeah, sometimes you just get lucky. One man's trash is scary, hairy Gary's lunch. Let's investigate this. Can I get it out with one hand? Here it comes. Here comes Scary Harry Gary's lunch. Mind you, there's like hundreds and hundreds of these. Yeah, it's so good. It's different, you know. It almost tastes like a cross between a macadamia that you're used to and from the bags and like a walnut. There's like a semi-smoky flavor to it. So, ironically, look over here. I was having my lunch, which reminded me I needed to go get this before they dumped them. I bought this at Costco. These things are expensive here. Look at my lunch. Yep. Avocados, peppers I grew, macadamias I bought. But lo and behold, I don't need to buy macadamias for a while because I just picked a bunch out of the truck, and they're going to dump that whole thing over here. So when I'm moving my mulch, I can pull out all the macadamia nuts. Look. Yeah, I hit the jackpot, baby. This reminds me, back in college, we had somebody, these are the store-bought. And nothing wrong with store-bought, but it's better if you don't have to pay for them, right? Back in college, I had this little house I rented on Baja Street by San Diego State. Had some pretty legendary parties there, but anyway, people next door had a huge macadamia nut tree. And they would fall over the fence. And these people would take these macadamias and they'd line their whole patio and let them bake in the sun. And that would cause them to shrink and break them. They just pop out like the one I just had. And so I started doing that to all the ones that fell over the fence, and I had a whole patio full of macadamia nuts. All my fraternity brothers were like, what are you doing? I'm like, free food, baby. You have to buy your macadamias, but I don't. Anyway, so here I am again with a plentiful supply of macadamia. literally, this is the tip of the iceberg. I'm going to probably get a whole garbage can full, which probably translates into like $500 worth of macadamia nuts or some ridiculous number. Anyway, so he's going to dump the mulch over here, and maybe I'll show you, maybe I won't, when I start sifting through it to get to all the little nuggets. Yeah, that's where they came from, the other side of the street. Don't worry, it's not going too far. Hey, Carson, in our family, hey, Jared,
yeah.
In our family, we need to get a more objective opinion. In our family, who was always the best Easter egg hunter?
Definitely me.
No. Carson. I don't know if I believe that. Carson, who was the best Easter egg hunter in our family?
Definitely me.
From all the historic days of Easter egg hunting over your career.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely me.
I think you racked up the most amount of kills. I mean, candy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So did I pick the right guy to do this job?
Probably.
What are you doing?
Macadamias. By the
Part-
bucket load.
Part of the treasure trove. This is a lifetime supply of macadamia nuts right here. And of course I picked as many out of the chipper truck as I could, but they're like, hey, Gringo, get out of the truck. We need to work. And I was like, oh, okay. So they dumped the mulch down here, and now we're sifting through it. And look at this. It's just crazy how many nuts we have. These things you tried one. What'd you think?
Really good.
They're delicious, huh? We can either dry them, make them nice and hard. Don't worry. It's got a personality all its own. I know what I can get away with. I'll hop in it before it does any harm. Yeah. So you can either get them the way they are, which is kind of like juicy, right? Were they juicy or were they hard?
They're juicy.
And then, or we could dry them in the sun and make them just like the macadamias you get from Hawaii. But these are even bigger than those, really big. All right, can't wait to pack them all together.
Okay.
But honey,
What?
you ever watch that show Gold Rush?
Mm-hmm.
What happens when they hit a vein?
Double down on it.
Do they stop for lunch?
No. But it's warm, honey.
It's
on
warm?
the table.
Jared, what did you hit?
Hit a vein.
You hit a vein. You hit a macadamia nut vein? Look at this. Oh, that's a vein, baby. Oh, honey bunny, look at all this macadamia. Are you ready for me to get chubby? These are high calorie, honey. After Thanksgiving. It's Thanksgiving Day, and I'm thankful for all my family, this wonderful weather, my honey bunny, and most importantly, well, actually no, last in line, this macadamia nut vein of gold that Jared discovered. Good job. So, Jared, what's a full garbage can of macadamia nuts going for in the open international macadamia spot market right now?
That's a good question.
What do you think? How many pounds you got there? Can you pick it up?
No. I think it's gonna break it.
It's gonna break the whole. Oh my gosh. Well, we have a tractor. We'll put the tractor and take it up there.
It's at least
Look at that.
150, 200, 300.
There's even more though, huh? There's like there's still macadamia nuts. There's a little one. I'll be finding these things for years, right? That one right there. Look, there's another one. There's another one. Look how big that nut is too. So, what are your plans for the macadamia nuts?
I'm gonna get a chocolate thing and a nutcracker. I'm gonna make chocolate covered macadamia nuts.
Gonna crack them, get the raw round nut, dip it, let it dry,
Some salt.
salt, and then what are you gonna give them away to people?
I'm
Or are
also
you just gonna
eat
eat them all yourself? All right. Well, there you go, everybody. One man's trash is Scary Harry Gary and Heredo's much needed calories, especially for Jared. Yeah, there they go.